Initially, I was going to be ranking my top 10 quarterbacks, running backs, and wide receivers for the 2020 season, but due to popular demand, I'm going to be doing top 10s for every position. So let's kick off another top 10. Today I'm going to be ranking my top 10 tight ends heading into the 2020 college football season. Before I get to my list, make sure to subscribe if you love college football and are brand new to the channel. Make sure to turn on those notifications also so you never miss an upload. As a junior, Kylin Granson started all 13 games for SMU. He had 43 receptions for 721 yards with 9 touchdowns, the most ever by a tight end for SMU. Granson was named All-AAC second team. With another year for him and his quarterback Shane Buechele, Granson will likely be the Mustangs' #1 target in 2020. The Badgers have been known for producing great tight ends throughout their history, and Jake Ferguson could be the next great one in line. He had 33 catches and 400 receiving yards, which was the second most for Wisconsin last year. He also caught 2 touchdown passes. Over the last 2 seasons, Ferguson has a very nice 69 receptions with 863 yards and 6 touchdowns. As a sophomore in 2019, Peyton Hendershot set Indiana's single-season tight end records with 52 receptions and 622 receiving yards. He also had 4 touchdowns as well. He was 3rd team All-Big Ten as voted by the media and was an honorable mention for All-Big Ten as voted by the coaches. Hendershot was tied for 4th among tight ends nationally in catches and 10th in yardage. He finished 2nd among Big Ten tight ends in receptions and yardage and was tied for 3rd in touchdowns. Though he missed 3 games last year, Charlie Kohler emerged as one of the better tight ends in the country for Iowa State. He was 2nd team All-American by the FWAA and PFF and was 3rd team All-American by the AP. Kohler was one of 8 semifinalists for the John Mackey Award. Last season, he caught 51 passes for 700 yards and had 7 touchdowns, which led the Cyclones. His 697 receiving yards is the most by a Cyclone tight end, and his 51 catches ranks 2nd. Kohler led all Big 12 tight ends and was 6th nationally among FBS tight ends in catches per game, was 6th in receiving yards per game, and was tied for 4th in touchdown catches. There may not have been a better freshman tight end last year than Texas A&M's Jaylen Meyer. He led the team with 6 receiving touchdowns, ranked 3rd with 32 catches, and had 450 receiving yards. He was named to the SEC All-Freshman team, voted on by the league's head coaches, as well as the AP All-SEC second team. His best game of the season came against Alabama, where he had 2 touchdown catches. He earned the Offensive Top Newcomer Award at the annual team banquet last year. Bushman started 11 games for BYU in 2019 and was arguably the best pass catcher on the team. He led BYU with 700 receiving yards and had 47 catches. His 4 touchdowns were also tied for the team lead. Bushman was number 6 in receiving yards among FBS tight ends and was number 3 in the country in yards per reception as he averaged nearly 15 yards a catch. It was his 3rd consecutive season in which he led BYU in receiving yards. He was a 2019 Mackey Award watchlist nominee and a 2019 Walter Camp Award watchlist nominee, so I expect him to be nominated in the preseason yet again. Brandt Keethy was named Pac-12 All-Conference second team as a sophomore in 2019. He led the team in receptions with 34, receiving yards with 602, and receiving touchdowns with 6, while also adding 6 rushes for 102 yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. He averaged 17.7 yards per reception, the 2nd best in the FBS among tight ends. His 9 total touchdowns tied him for 1st among tight ends in the FBS last year. Last year for Florida, Kyle Pitts caught 54 passes for 650 yards and 5 touchdowns. His 54 receptions were tied for the 4th most receptions by any Gator in a season since the start of 2007. Pitts finished 3rd among FBS tight ends in receptions, and he finished 7th among FBS tight ends in receiving yards last year. He was one of 9 tight ends since 2015 to finish with over 50 catches, 625 receiving yards, and 5 touchdowns in a season. He led all tight ends in the SEC in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns. Pitts was named a Walter Camp Player of the Year semifinalist and was named to the AP and coaches All-SEC first team. Though he missed 3 games last season, Brevin Jordan was still named to the 2019 All-ACC first team and was a Mackey Award finalist. He caught 35 passes for 500 yards and 2 touchdowns. But with the addition of Derek King in 2020 and hopefully him playing a full season, I expect those numbers to skyrocket in 2020. Over the years, Miami has produced NFL talent tight ends such as Jeremy Shockey, Greg Olsen, Jimmy Graham, and David Njoku. I fully expect Brevin Jordan to be the next one. If all goes right this upcoming year, Jordan will have a chance to be a potential first-round pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. Speaking of the 2021 NFL Draft, Pat Frymuth looks to be a near lock to be a first-round pick and is easily the best tight end in college football for 2020. A lot of experts have compared him to Rob Gronkowski, so that's not a bad comparison at all. Last year, he got 43 passes for 500 yards with 7 touchdowns. Per Pro Football Network, Frymuth is just a strong-handed, reliable pass catcher who possesses appealing size and jaw-dropping athleticism. His ability to create mismatches paired with the damage he can do in the red zone makes him a potential superstar. What makes him even more appealing is his ability to block. He is among the best blocking players at the position, which increases his value in a modern-day NFL that is littered with game-changing pass rushers. There is no doubt that Frymuth is the early odds-on favorite to win the 2020 John Mackey Award. Well, those are my top 10 tight ends heading into the 2020 college football season. Is there a player I didn't include in my top 10 that you think is more than deserving? If so, leave a comment below and let me know. What other top 10s would you guys like to see me do? Leave a comment below for those as well. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. As I mentioned, if you love college football content, this is definitely the channel for you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.